Casio just dropped one of their coolest watches. Longines nailed it with an updated version of their best looking model. And the top affordable micro brands just released what could be the nicest GMT dive watch of the year. How's it going, everyone? Today we're taking a look at 10 standout new releases, and each one is an absolute banger. If you haven't heard of Straum, it's probably time to change that. The Norwegian micro brand has only been around since 2021, but it's already made a big name for itself thanks to its great mix of adventure, creativity, and some of the best looking dials in the game. Their flagship watch, the Jan Mayen, has been a fan favorite from day one, and now Straum has dropped what might be their best version yet. The dial has a gray blue color that looks like ocean waves, and it's paired with a bright orange seconds hand, a nod to survival suits. Like other models in their catalog, the dial has a 3D printed texture Straum's known for, creating layers of stamping and painting for a deep fume effect. The rest of the watch sticks to the proven titanium formula, a 38.7mm grade 5 titanium case that's light, strong, and beautifully finished. There's 100 meters of water resistance and a screw-down crown. It also uses a clever quick-release system for the strap, which is made of high-quality FKM rubber made for everyday comfort. Inside, it's powered by a Swiss Lejeune Perret G101 automatic movement that has a 68-hour power reserve, and it's visible through a sapphire caseback. At $2,500, it's the same price as other titanium models, but this one really stands out. The Strat-o-timer is the watch that really put Jack Mason on the map, mixing great specs with that vintage-inspired design. Since it first dropped in 2022, the GMT Diver has seen a bunch of cool colorways and even a few fun collabs with soda brands. But their latest version is their biggest update yet. It now comes in full titanium with a matching bracelet, a new dive bezel, and a few subtle dial tweaks to freshen things up. The case sticks to that familiar 40mm size and clean elliptical shape, but now a lot lighter thanks to that titanium construction. It comes on a 7-link titanium bracelet that looks fantastic, and you also get a black FKM rubber strap in the box for a sportier look. The dial keeps that classic Strat-o-timer look. The biggest switch, though, is the bezel. It's still ceramic, but instead of the old 24-hour GMT scale, it now has a 60-minute dive scale. That means the GMT track has moved onto the dial, marked by printed odd hours, and the GMT hand itself got a redesign, a semi-skeletonized version that looks pretty darn cool. Everything else is still on point. The blue glowing lume, the signature tricolor lollipop seconds hands, and now a clean circular date window. Powering it all is the same automatic Miyota 9075 true GMT movement, so it lets you adjust the local hour hands independently. It runs at 4 Hz, has a 42-hour power reserve, and Jack Mason even regulated it in-house within plus or minus 5 seconds per day. The best part is it's only $250 more than the steel version, and it's priced at $1,399. A great price for a lighter, tougher version of a watch that was already great. If you're a G-Shock fan, the 5600 series probably never gets old. And lucky for us, G-Shock keeps finding new ways to reinvent that design. Their 2 latest versions take the familiar design and give it a cool industrial twist. The overall shape and size stay true to the original, but the big difference here is the bezel. It's stainless steel, which isn't new, but the textured pyramid-like pattern across it makes it really stand out. It adds a gritty, mechanical vibe that's both bold and fun to look at. The strap even carries that textured theme, tying everything in nicely. There's also a negative display that blends right into the dark face, giving the watch a more modern, stealthy look. And that tiny pop of red on the start-stop button, a small touch that makes a big difference. Of course, it's still every bit a G-Shock. Tough, functional, and still loaded with all the familiar features. Both are available in Japan and priced around $200. Before their comeback in 2018, Nivada Grenchen was one of the many Swiss watch brands that didn't survive the quartz crisis. The company shut down its factory in the late 70s and was later bought by a Korean group in the early 80s. Back then, when mechanical watches suddenly fell out of favor, tons of parts were left behind. Unused dials, cases, and movements, just sitting in boxes and storage for decades. Fast forward to today, and with so many vintage brands being brought back to life, those forgotten parts have basically turned into treasure. Their new Antarctic Glacier vintage uses both old stock dials and movements from the 70s, bringing back their famous Antarctic model, which got its name for being worn by scientists in Antarctica during the 50s. It keeps the original Daffian hands with lume inlays, but adds a cool 70s style dial with the gray-blue ring, baton markers, and lume dots around the edge. The dials have aged beautifully, showing just a little bit patina, and the logos are still intact. The ETA 2783 is a great match for the 35mm case, complete with a date window at the 3 o'clock and a smooth 3 Hz beat rate. The recovered parts were meant for repairs decades ago, but now they're being used to make 18 pieces in this new collection, which is priced at $2,500. Alongside those, Nivada is also launching 2 regular production models with the same design, one in 35mm and another in 38. Both stainless steel with brushed and polished finishing that's priced at $1,050. The 35mm uses a hand-wound P054 movement, while the 38 gets an automatic P024. Instead of a see-through caseback, both have a gold medallion, with the smaller version showing the signature penguin and the larger one featuring an Antarctic base design. Last year at the Oscars of the watch world, one of the biggest surprises was Ming winning Sports Watch of the Year, beating out big-name brands like Zenith, Tudor, and IWC. And I think it's fair to say they totally earned it. Their 37.09 Bluefin Diver is a stunning watch. Small, super comfy, water-resistant to 600 meters, and really creative design. Instead of a rotating bezel, the whole sapphire dial spins, with the dive scale printed right on it in glowing lume. Then Ming dropped a stealthy black version called the Uni. And now they're back with their first GMT diver, the 37.11 Odyssey. It's 38mm wide and made of titanium, so it's super light, and the curved lugs help make it sit perfectly on the wrist. The watch really grabs attention with that thin bezel and big dial, which is definitely classic Ming. Smoked sapphire that looks almost black until light hits it. Then it flips and shows off the movement underneath. Instead of a dive scale, there's a colorful 24-hour GMT ring. Orange for the night, blue for the day, and white for the main markers, all glowing in different colors in the dark. The floating hour markers and polar white lume look awesome, and the hands have this gradient green glow that's super cool. And then there's the GMT hand. Black and almost hidden until you notice the little white spaceship-looking tip rotating around the dial. Inside powering the engine is a customized Sellita 330, which has been skeletonized and decorated nicely. Even the crowns glow in the dark. One blue, one green, giving it a kinda sci-fi vibe. For straps, you could choose between a titanium bracelet, a soft FKM rubber strap, or Ming's super cool 3D printed titanium poly mesh. The Odyssey really nails the perfect Ming mix of futuristic design, great lume, and unique details. It's not what I would call an affordable watch by any stretch, but it is one of the more approachable watches in Ming's catalog, priced from $6,100 up to $7,300 depending on the strap. Casio cranks out more watches in a year than any other brand does in a decade. And while not every watch is a hit, every once in a while they absolutely nail it. And I'm not just talking G-Shock. The new Casio Vintage AQ240E is one of those surprising wins. It's got that perfect retro look, a super low price, and the kind of charm that makes you double take at the price tag. What's interesting is it's not a reissue of an older model. It's a brand new design that's straight out of the 80s. The mix of analog and digital displays gives it that classic Casio feel, with the Sunray analog dial up top and a wide digital screen at the bottom showing the day, date, and alarm indicator. It's quartz powered, so low maintenance, super accurate, and just a reliable timekeeper. The stainless steel case measures 35.8mm across, rectangular, with soft edges that make it look more square, and it comes on an integrated steel bracelet with an adjustable clasp. It's simple, sporty, and has a ton of that cool retro style. You could get it in silver or a silver and teal combination, and it's priced at just $70. The Benrus DTU collection has serious heritage and earned its place on the military field watch Mount Rushmore after being issued to servicemen during and after the Vietnam War. It helped to define the classic field watch look we all recognize today. Triangle markers, big easy-to-read numerals, a 24-hour inner track, and syringe-style hands. The new DTU shield keeps that heritage alive, but adds a modern twist with the brushed metallic dial that gives it a cleaner, more refined vibe. The 38mm sandblasted steel case paired with the vertically brushed silver dial gives it a sharp monochrome look that works just as well with jeans as it does in the field. It's powered by the ETA 2892 automatic movement, which beats at 4 Hz and has a 42-hour power reserve. So it's not just about the looks. You get a khaki woven strap with soft leather lining and a sturdy pin buckle, adding to its military charm. The dial is almost sterile except for the Benrus logo. And the case back features the brand's full logo with a coat of arms. The double-domed sapphire crystal has an anti-reflective coating on both sides. It's priced at $1,595. Bamford's Mayfair 2.0 chronograph is basically 8 watches in one. Each set comes with 4 interchangeable bioceramic outer cases and 2 straps, so you can mix and match for 8 different looks. It might sound like a gimmick, but it's a really well-built and clever design from a brand that's known for making really cool watches. The Mayfair 2.0 is fun, affordable, and surprisingly solid. It's powered by a Swiss quartz movement with a split-second chronograph. On the outside is the bioceramic outer shell, and the inner case is titanium, making it light, secure, and ready for daily use. Bamford is selling the watch in 4 sets, each with their own theme. Green for golf and tennis vibes, blue for a nautical look, white for a patriotic twist, and pink for those who like a bold pop of color. Each one comes with black and white outer shells, plus 2 extra colors depending on the set, along with a rubber strap and a woven, recycled plastic strap that ties the whole color scheme together. Swapping the cases is easy. There's a little black button at 9 o'clock that pops them off, and once it's on, the watch measures 40 mil wide and 13.8 in thickness. There is 100 meters of water resistance, and inside is a Ronda quartz movement that gives you a 1/10 second counter, a 30-minute counter that turns into a 10-hour counter after the first half hour, and a small second subdial at the 6. It's a perfect mix of a playful design and great functionality. A reminder that watches should be fun. This new watch is priced at $652. Longines is one of my favorite Swiss watch brands, and their Master Collection Chrono Moonphase is their best model. A really impressive watch that somehow still flies under the radar. It packs a ton of complications into one classic-looking design. You get a column wheel chrono, day and month windows, a moon phase, and even a pointer date. Longines has really stepped things up with a new version in 18-karat solid rose gold, and it really transforms the watch. The 42 mil case, pushers, and crown are all solid golds with a mirror-like polish, and even the case back ring is gold, framing the sapphire window that shows off the decorated movement inside. There's also more gold on the rotor, which is engraved with the Longines logo and its signature winged hourglass. And even that little logo on the dial is now finished in gold. The watch comes equipped on a brown alligator strap with white stitching, and even the buckle is made of rose gold to tie it all together. Inside is the same in-house Longines L687.5 automatic movement made by ETA just for the brand. It's got a column wheel, silicone balance spring, 66-hour power reserve, and beats at 4 Hz. This layout is absolutely gorgeous. Blued leaf hands for the time, a crescent-tipped pointer date, day and month windows tucked in at 12, a moon phase at 6, and a small seconds with a 24-hour indicator at 9. Even though the dial's packed with info, it still refines and looks really elegant. This is definitely one of the pricier Longines watches at just a bit over $26,000, so not affordable by any stretch, but it is absolutely stunning. You've definitely seen a lot of blacked out dive watches, but how about one that's been totally blued out? That's exactly what Blancpain just dropped with the new 50 Fathoms Bathyscaphe Blue Abyss. Interestingly, there hasn't been a lot of press about this release, but it's easily one of the coolest blued out watches from Blancpain. The 43.6mm case is done in a brand new shade of ceramic called Blue Abyss, inspired by the ocean depths, and it looks absolutely cool. The bezel matches perfectly, also in blue ceramic, and for the first time it's fully lumed, and not just any lume, the blue Superluminova. The bezel markings glow bright, while the pearl at the top glows green. The dial keeps the blue theme going with a dark blue sunburst finish, white gold markers filled with that same blue lume, and even a matching blue date wheel. And the strap ties it all together. Flip it over and you'll see the caliber 1315 automatic through the display case back, complete with a blued 18-karat gold rotor and a monster 120-hour power reserve. Both are boutique exclusives and they're priced at $17,400. Well, that's it for the watches today. Definitely let me know which was your favorite or if there's one you just didn't like at all. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.